You are more attractive than you think, my brother. And if you just stick around for long enough, I hope to help you in this video and just explain to you exactly how and step by step what you can do to develop that confidence in yourself and just feel so much better. So it's my only hope here that, I can help you, inspire you, motivate you in some way, shape or form so that your life can be impacted for better. I hope you make the decision to take improving your life seriously. And man, you know what? If that's the case, go down to the comment section right now and then just share your story, man. I want to see what your current situation is and what your future ideal situation would be like. So just go to the comments, write down your story. It can be short, it can be long, and I'm personally going to reply to it. That being said, you're more attractive than you think. And I don't want to just make it a very shallow concept and talk about physical attractiveness. That's not all that matters here. Another way of attractiveness that I want you to think about is it's something like magnetic attraction, right? When you have a magnet, it inevitably will attract anything that is attracted to that magnet, like iron, for example. And the bigger, the stronger the magnet is, the further away and the stronger it can attract things to it. So there's two types of attraction that I want you to think about. An attraction based on physical form, how well you look, and an attraction based on character and energy. Mostly character, which I will jump into. If you just stick around long enough, I promise you will find this interesting. I'm going to try to talk about this in a way of video games, so just stick around, man. Your physical attraction is mostly something that you're born with. Your character, your energy is something that is very fluid and is very dynamic. It changes all the time. Think about your physical attraction like the way you would just start a new MMORPG game. A big game. For example, anything, it doesn't even have to be multiplayer. It could be Skyrim, it could be Diablo, it could be Path of Exile, right? A couple of games like these where you start at level 1, you start at the bare minimum, and you have to grind and work your way all the way to the top. Now, usually before you start these games, they give you a choice on what race and what kind of character that you want to start out. This is how you were born into this world. Necessarily, you might argue that, I didn't choose where I wanted to be born, but okay, you didn't. That's the situation. We can't do anything about it, so let's move on. In a game, when you're creating your character, usually a race that you pick has advantages and disadvantages, right? You might pick an orc. Yes, the advantages are you're stronger, you're bigger muscles, bigger bone, your genetics are more predisposed to building muscle. And the disadvantages might be that you're ugly, you're a bit too big, right? You're a bit too slow, you're dumb, you're not as intelligent. Similarly, this is who you are right now. And this is who you were when you were born. You were born as a level 0 noob, pretty much, an absolute beginner. And you were born with a specific race, a specific trait based on your country, your genes, the way of thinking, all of these. Okay, cool, you were born with these. Now, as you're growing up, your character is developing, right? Your body isn't necessarily shape-shifting into a completely new person, right? You're just maturing and your body is developing to the person that it already is, just a mature version. But what's happening is your character is developing. You're learning behaviors, you're learning ways of thinking, you're learning ways of treating other people and behaving. You're learning what you should value and what you shouldn't value, what you should stand up for and what you shouldn't stand up for. This is exactly the process you go through with your character in a video game. For example, like Skyrim. You begin as an orc, and yet you can't change that, right? And you can't change the fact that you're an ugly beast, but you're strong. But what you can do is level up your intelligence, your destruction skill. You can pick alchemy and start doing alchemy. Even though you're bad at it, genetically, you still have this choice. You can develop your skills. You can choose to play a certain playstyle, right? Like let's look into Path of Exile or Diablo 3-4. You can pick playstyles. Do you want to be the tank, the healer, the support, the DPS? These roles are fluid and you get to pick. So what's happening is there are two types of attraction. One is fluid and one is static. Static is generally what you're born with. All right. I have a patchy beard, which can be possibly fixed with, a little bit of work. This is my face shape. This is my body shape. I was born as a male. I'm Middle Eastern and Australian, like little bit of mix, right? This is who I am. I can't really change that. But guess what? I can develop my skills and I can change my attractiveness in a different way. And this type of attractiveness, the attractiveness of character, when somebody talks to you, what do they feel when they talk to you? What you need to do is, the problem you're having is you don't feel attractive because you don't feel unique. And the fact is, everybody is unique. But maybe you don't believe that. So I'm going to make you believe it by, again, let's go to video games. Every single video game that you start, yes, you and your 4 other friends might have picked an orc, but every player is going to do a different play style. Your other friend who also picked an orc is going to pick magic. The other one is going to focus on smithing, for example. So let's look at this in, life. Sure, you might have, similar people and you guys all look similar, right? And for example, like this, you can meet an ugly person who looks physically ugly, but he just has the best character and you feel such peace and warmth from him that you just can't help but like him. Similarly, or conversely, you can also meet a really ugly person who just creeps you the fuck out, right? But this is also true for attractive guys who are naturally born attractive. You can have an attractive guy that is an absolute fucking creep, that is absolutely anxious and does not know how to talk to people in general and just creeps people out. Or you can have an absolutely attractive guy with an absolutely amazing character. They go both hand in hand. So the question is, how can you develop your character? Well, like we develop our character in games fluidly, something you need to understand, which means it is designed to help you, right? Because if it's fluid, you can do something about it, which is amazing. We need to know that and we need to believe that so that we can have the power to do something about it. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is developing your character is all about how you treat people, how you behave, how you carry yourself, what you believe in, what your values are, and how confident you are in the person you say you are. How can we build confidence in the person that we say we are? I say that I work out, don't play video games, I'm a YouTuber, I do this. Sometimes when I even say like I'm a YouTuber, I don't fully believe it yet because my subscribers, my views, cool, whatever, right? So how can we build that confidence in ourselves to say, yes, I am who I am and I stick by that decision? That is character, because the more you believe in who you are and the more you can have very clear character that you've designed for yourself, the more people can respect that and be attracted to you or repel from you. You will attract people you are similar to, inevitably. So if you become a better person and you believe that with full confidence, you will attract better people. So again, how do we build that confidence? It starts by doing little repetitions. Do you remember in games like Path of Exile, Skyrim, Fallout 4? Fallout 4 was a big one for me. Do you remember Preston Garvey, the guy in the Minutemen or whatever? This guy would always give you the same repetitive quests with the same repetitive rewards and the same enemies at the same predictable locations. And it was just a little grind. Maybe in Destiny, the game Destiny, right? You have these really easy repetitive missions that are just designed to allow you to grind for like rare loot. So you and I, we're going to be grinding. What are we going to be grinding? We are going to grind on becoming who we truly are. And that we're going to do in very simple ways. For example, wearing glasses. I love wearing glasses. For a long time, people called me a nerd, and that affected me. But guess what? This is who I am, and so I'm gonna wear my glasses. And guess what? The more you wear your glasses, at first you will feel a bit anxious about it, but the more you go, the more confident you will feel. And this is the grind. This is the repetitive quest in Destiny and in Fallout that we do. It's boring, but it's designed to allow us to grind very simply. That's the whole point. So another thing could be, I like to wear suits. So you might own up to that, and you might show up to events where it's not necessary to wear a suit, but you might wear one anyway. And you might own up to it. And if people question you, dude, it's not about you. It's always about them. And the best response you can have is just give them a laugh and change the conversation. Right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so where you been, right? Just change the conversation. Have a laugh. Take it to heart. Don't let it affect you. But the more and more you can stand up for who you truly are, two things will happen. Old people who are no longer compatible with you will start to leave your life. And the second thing is, new people who are similar to you, who you inevitably want to attract, will be attracted into your life. So with that being said, if you watched all the way to the end, like, much respect to you, brother. Go down to the comment section, drop a comment, drop a like, and I will reply to you, like, personally. I really, really appreciate that. And I really appreciate that. I hope that this really helps you. And yeah, that's all, man. That's all. Much love, peace, and blessings be with you.